For the majority of the journey to England's south coast, Isabel ignored me. She answered if I spoke to her, but her sentences were short, factual, and without warmth. Fine. I deserved that. I'd offered to drive and she'd given me an eye roll, so I shut up and kept to my thoughts. But by the time we reached London, Isabel was visibly flagging. She hauled on the wheel, the effort distinct. "Did you get any rest last night?" I asked. "Not much, but I don't need a lot of sleep." "You will if you're going to be any good at racing. Pull over. Let me drive us to the train. You can keep here and take over again once we're in France." Isabel's mouth pulled down at the sides, yet she signalled and stopped at the cab. We switched seats, and I shunted the driver's seat back on its rails. "This isn't like a modern car." Isabel snapped her seatbelt in place, worry lines on her forehead. "I'm a trained military engineer. I've driven and repaired tanks. I'll work it out." "There's no power steering," Isabel continued, my credentials unimpressive to her. "Or any other driver's aid, like zip. There's 4 gears, and it doesn't like hills." "I've been watching you drive for 3 hours, I noticed." "You've been watching me? Sounds creepy." She folded her arms. "And you didn't have your eyes all over me at the fight last night?" I grinned, glad for her antagonism. "Were you being a creep?" "You weren't even looking. How would you know where my eyes were?" "I saw," I corrected. It was true. My mind might have been on the action, but I could never ignore this lass. Isabel huffed and slumped down. After a minute, she closed her eyes, and her breathing steadied. "Sweet dreams," I murmured, and concentrated on driving the slow-assed, uncomfortable car through the morning traffic. In odd moments as a soldier, I used to imagine times like this, when civilian life would have me out on a casual drive. It had been a challenge to picture. For 4 years, I'd been going somewhere and doing something 100% of my waking hours. Then I'd expected to be at Castle Macrae, fully occupied. If I didn't have this purpose with Isabel now, or rather with Viola, I'd be going out of my mind. At Folkestone, I got us in line for check-in, then reluctantly nudged the lass. She woke with a start. "It's okay, we're at the station. I need the ticket to board us," I told her. Isabel stared at me, her cheeks flushed. For a long moment she didn't speak. In a weird vision, I was 18 again and gazing into teenage Isabel's eyes. Isabel carried a fierce expression most of the time, a tiny but mighty attitude that warned you to fuck with her at your own risk. But that armour had dropped the moment before she'd kissed me. She didn't wear it now either. She swallowed hard, then broke our connection. Floundering, she searched her bag, then she stopped and flapped a hand. "No ticket needed. It'll recognise the number plate. We just need our passports for the next bit." I drove on, getting us through the wide expanse of the station, through immigration, and into the train's vehicle section. Once parked, there was nothing to do but wait out the 35-minute underwater crossing and let the train carry us from England to France. And talk.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.